Why do you got your butt in the air like that, you weirdo? There you go.
Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey y'all, Cody here. I wanted to take a quick second to tell you about my new favorite monthly membership club, Bespoke Post. And thank you Bespoke Post for sponsoring today's video. Each box of Awesome has around $70 in value, but you only pay a fraction of that price. And what I love is 90% of the products in Bespoke Post come from small brands, many of which are based right here in the US. And the best part about it is you only pay for what you want. You'll get a box of Awesome assigned to you each month based on the quiz you take whenever you sign up. And then before it's shipped to you, you'll get a preview of what's inside. That way you can decide if you'd like to keep it, swap it for a different box, or just skip the month entirely at absolutely no additional charge. And with Christmas right around the corner, Bespoke Post is the perfect gift for somebody that you just don't know what to get for them. This month, my box of Awesome came with this awesome Nada tool, which is great for exploring new sections of the property that we haven't been to yet. I also got the swing kit for Summer and I say Summer and I because she's been wanting to learn how to split wood, but the big axe is a little bit heavy and a little bit hard to handle, so this is a great way for her to learn how to swing an axe the right way. And last but not least, I got this awesome beam kit that I've been wanting for quite a while. Being that we live in the woods, it's constantly dark at nighttime, obviously, and we don't have a lot of street lights, so it's hard to see doing anything outside at nighttime. So I've been wanting a nice rechargeable headlamp that is super bright and durable and that I can actually recharge instead of constantly having to put batteries in, so this has been perfect for that. Signing up is super easy. To get started, all you have to do is fill out a questionnaire. To get 20% off your first box of Awesome, click the link in the description and enter CONTAIN20 at checkout, or you can go to the link on the screen below. Thank you Bespoke Post for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back to it. That's not gonna work. I think we just kind of got a bad post whenever we bought our post and didn't really realize it. The wood kind of just fell apart one day. But yeah, time to build a new setup.
In the previous clips, you saw us milling some wood and you saw those big posts. If you can kind of get an idea of what we're doing, that's what we're going for. We're going for a big, nice ranch style setup. We want to be able to hook our barbed wire fence up to it. We want it big and grand so that way ambulances and fire trucks can get through. So we're just gonna revamp this whole area to our dream setup.
I need to look up the restrictions because I don't remember. I want to say it's 70 feet from the road that we're not allowed to have anything. Like it has to be farther than 70 feet from the road. So I'm going to double check that. We'll get the tape measure out and we're going to put it as close as we can. So first we're going to start off by milling our posts. We're going to be making some 8x8s out of some white oak we have. For reference, it's about $90 at the store for a 6x6. That's not hardwood. This is a very expensive piece of wood that we're not having to pay for because we bought a sawmill. So very thankful for that. The cost of buying just one of these posts at Home Depot is the same cost that we spent on all of our materials as far as concrete, gravel, and all that stuff. So definitely saving a lot of money on this.
Cody originally cut this 6x6, and this is what was going to be one of the side posts, but after looking at it, I think we're gonna do what he said, cut 8x8s, and then this is gonna be the top. You lubing it up?
Yep, non-sponsored.
You gotta lube it up?
Ajax, I'd like some soap, that'd be cool.
Lube it up? You're lubing it up?
You gonna fetch me some water, my lady?
Yeah, are you lubing it up?
Yes, Summer, I'm lubing it up, okay? Not straight, it might end up. Sorry, I got freaked loose. Shave more or just... If you can at least just walk around and set your side down, then I can set it down and pivot it.
Here, you set your side over there, and then I think we can all get over it.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of toss it, so...
Okay, that's fine.
There y'all go.
I'm not gonna lie, that was 90% Cody.
Okay. One more to go. Since that log was a little bit bigger, I didn't want to waste it on just needing an 8x8, so that's why we switched them around so we can use this one that's just a little bit smaller.
Back to it.
Trying to strip some of the bark off the tree. I don't have a draw knife yet. I'm actually using my machete that I got from our bespoke post box, and it's working really great as a draw knife. I'm actually really impressed with it. It's nice because one end of it is flat, so I'm able to hold my hand on here, and then it's got a handle on the other side, so I can just kind of draw it towards myself. And it's actually working really good to take off all this softwood and bark on the outside. we have this log squared off into a 9x9 right now, but we need an 8x8. The reason that we square it off bigger is because we want the biggest cant possible. The cant is the log when it's square. But we want the biggest cant possible because whenever you start milling it down, sometimes you have stress points in the wood where the wood will actually start to warp as you take slices off it. So you want to start with the biggest cant possible. That way you can kind of choose to where you make your cut at to relieve some of that stress in certain places. That way you can kind of manipulate it so it ends up straight instead of just continuously bending the more wood you take off of it. I know that's kind of complicated, but it's kind of hard to explain.
This is very satisfying to watch. The reason that we're not just cutting it down until it's one flat square all the way around is because we also want all of this character, and that would waste a crap ton of wood. We're shaving it down, all the pieces that would normally just fall off over time until it's what?
Yeah, we're pretty much trying to remove all the bark because that's the softest part of the tree. And that's the part that's gonna hold moisture and prevent the tree from being able to dry. That's where, like we've seen, all the little bugs are at in the wood. All the hardwood is solid. There's been a lot of bugs in the bark from termites and beetles and crap like that.
So we're shaving it all down, and it just adds that nice little character, which I really like. That's what we're talking about in terms of bugs.
Yeah, he's sleeping right now. He's a little cold, but...
Alright, it's my turn to give her a whirl. It's too satisfying. I need to attempt. I'm going for this.
You scared me
piece.
with an axe the other day. I don't know if I should give you anything sharp.
I know, I almost took out my knee.
And your foot, and your ankle.
Okay, alright. Alright.
Not all one time either. It was like 3.
Alright. Stop calling me out. Just give
sorry,
me.
I just don't want you to get hurt.
Give me a try.
What's it?
This is kind of hard. It's a lot harder. Ooh!
Nice.
Oh!
There you go.
Yeah.
It would be a lot easier if we had the actual right tool for it too.
Okay, my arms hurt.
We double check anything that has to do with the subdivision due to past instances with them, so I'm gonna double check how close we're allowed to have it to the main road. We got everything measured out, so now we're gonna start digging for the post. So as most things go, whenever we're doing something we haven't done before, we need to do a little more research on a couple things, and it's going to be dark in about 10 minutes, so I think we're going to go ahead and call it for tonight and do some research and then get back at it first thing in the morning.
Favorite time, which is dinner time, and today we are doing everything in the oven. So we're gonna do deer steaks that my dad harvested, veggies, and then tri-baked potatoes. I've never made tri-baked potatoes, but I'm just assuming it's kind of like general baked potatoes and then you just bake them again. So yeah, we're gonna prep veggies and then go from there. my steak's cooking in the oven, and now I'm adding my veggies. I feel weird about preparing meat on camera. That's why I typically don't. To a bowl, I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of butter, and then I'm gonna scoop in my potato filling. So I just cooked these potatoes in the oven for about, I don't know, 45 minutes. Potato, butter, I'm gonna add some sour cream, garlic powder, a little garlic salt, onion powder, and white pepper. I'm also gonna add a little bit of cheese, but save enough to put on the tops of all of them. We're gonna add our filling. And then a sprinkle of cheese. In the oven these go, and now it's time to clean up. So I made this butter sauce. It's like a steak butter sauce, and then I kind of just topped it on top of the steak, just because deer can kind of be a little bit on the dry side. And then here are our potatoes.
That looks delicious.
So I guess we're gonna eat, and then we'll get back to you.
Ain't she a beaut, Clark?
You are the only person on the planet that likes eggnog.
I disagree. The holidays are my favorite time because eggnog's actually in the stores.
Weirdo.
It's delicious.
Drew this somewhat to scale. The barbed wire fence over here is not to scale, but this relatively is in comparison to what it's gonna look like height-wise in terms of like the gate and like this big gap right here. It's about 13 feet wide. Our top post is gonna be about 16 feet wide. These are 14 feet tall on each side. We wanted to make sure that ambulances, fire trucks, anything that needed to get through could get through. 8x8 posts and 6x6 will be up at the top, so.
There's a lot of conflicting information on what we should do as far as how we should put the posts in the ground. Some people say put gravel under it, some people say put gravel around it, some people say use concrete, some people say concrete will make it rot faster. So it's just a lot of conflicting information against each other, and you also have to take into consideration like the soil type that you're putting it into and stuff like that too. So just trying to do as much research as I can. If you have any suggestions, we're welcome to hear it. We're using white oak and it's clay soil with rocks. So yeah.
It gets relatively cold at night, so we always preheat the bed with the electric blanket.
Says, I was chasing squirrels all day long. Sorry.
Why do you got your butt in there like that, you weirdo? There you go.
I don't particularly want the sloth in the bed on you.
That thing is so crusty.
Say, see y'all later. Bye.
Roof.
Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make